Have you ever woken up feeling like something is missing? Not quite the energy you used to have, a subtle numbness. Maybe you've blamed age. After all, you're over 60. Isn't that just what happens? But what if I told you the reason your vitality is fading, your confidence slipping, and those quiet but concerning changes down there aren't just about aging, they're about what's on your plate before 9 a.m. This is about your circulation, gentlemen, not just your heart, but your groin, your legs, your independence, and yes, your intimacy. Every morning, your blood flow gets a message, either let's get to work or we're slowing down for good. Too many seniors unknowingly sabotage their lower body vitality with a simple, overlooked habit, skipping or choosing the wrong breakfast. And the fix? It's not a miracle pill. It's not surgery. It's food. Real, natural, powerful food, used the right way. In this video, you'll discover 5 essential morning foods that do more than fill your stomach. They ignite circulation, rebuild pelvic strength, and, according to real-life stories from men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, bring back a sense of power, balance, and confidence that many thought was gone for good. This isn't hype. This is elderly wisdom backed by decades of medical research and real-world results. And by the end, I'll show you one combination that could help you feel noticeable improvements in less than a week. If you've ever wondered whether your body still has more to give, stay with me, because this isn't about growing old. This is about growing stronger, wiser, and reclaiming your story. Let's begin with something familiar, something sitting quietly in your fridge, perhaps overlooked for decades. It might surprise you to learn that one of the most effective natural boosters of circulation for men over 60 is something as simple and nourishing as whole eggs. Forget what you've heard about egg whites or cholesterol myths of the past. Dr. Laura, a urologist specializing in senior vitality for over 30 years, calls whole eggs nature's circulation starter. She often meets men over 60 who are frustrated and confused. They complain of numbness, low energy, and a quiet loss of confidence in their intimacy. But when she asks them about their breakfast, the responses are almost identical. Just coffee, maybe a slice of toast. And that's the problem. Skipping or skimming breakfast robs your body of the nutrients it desperately needs, especially first thing in the morning. The egg yolk, far from being a villain, is packed with vitamin D, B12, choline, and leucine, nutrients essential for fueling the deep, often ignored pelvic floor muscles. These muscles don't just influence your intimacy, they anchor your balance, posture, and urinary control. Dr. Laura tells the story of Frank, 68, a retired engineer who hadn't felt morning arousal in over 2 years. He assumed it was simply the cost of aging. But after incorporating just 2 boiled whole eggs each morning, he called her, his voice shaking with surprise. "Doc, I woke up like I was 40 again." This kind of turnaround isn't magic, it's biology working correctly. By properly feeding your body upon waking, you activate a network of circulation that includes hips, groin, bladder, and legs. With better blood flow comes less cramping, more stability when you stand, and yes, more confidence when it matters most. Eggs also support healthy testosterone production, giving you more than just physical strength. They help restore drive, mood, and even social energy. Imagine starting your day not feeling depleted, but clear, strong, and capable. This is what elderly wisdom teaches us. When the body is nourished with intent, it responds with power, and it doesn't stop with eggs. If those are the fuel, oats and chia seeds are the maintenance crew, sweeping clean your arteries each morning, 1 spoonful at a time. Now imagine Walter, 71, a man who once struggled to climb stairs, his energy low and his sleep shallow. He made one change, replacing sugary cereal with warm oats, chia seeds, blueberries, and cinnamon. Within 2 weeks, his legs felt lighter, Within a month, he told Dr. Laura, "I feel like myself again. Here's why. Oats are rich in beta-glucan, a powerful fibre that cleans artery walls and lowers cholesterol. Think of it as turning narrow, clogged alleyways into open freeways, letting rich, oxygenated blood flow effortlessly to every part of the body." Then there are the chia seeds. Though small, they are nutritional giants, loaded with omega-3s, magnesium, potassium, and iron. These minerals help relax blood vessels, lower inflammation, and improve hydration, making your cells more responsive and your nerves more sensitive. In short, this breakfast doesn't just satisfy hunger, it primes your heart, your muscles, and even your mind. Dr. Laura often says, "Your morning choices set the tone for your entire day." She recalls another patient, Mr. Garrett, 74, who phoned just 3 days after the switch. "I feel lighter," he said, "not just in my legs, but in my thoughts." That's the beauty of consistency. A stable breakfast clears mental fog, reduces physical tension, and prepares the elderly body, not for survival, but for strength. And let's go deeper still, because oats and eggs don't work in isolation. They work best when paired with the rhythm of your body's morning needs. That first hour after waking up is a golden window for restoring what the night has drained. It's when your blood vessels are most responsive, your muscles most in need of glycogen, and your nerves hungriest for minerals. That's why combining these foods with warm water or gentle movement, like a short walk, can amplify their effects. Dr. Laura recommends not just eating well, but waking with a ritual. Wake, breathe, eat something warm, reconnect to your body's rhythm. This routine alone has helped many of her elderly patients reconnect with their vitality and independence. For some, it's the difference between needing support to stand versus rising with ease. For others, it's the return of sensations they thought were gone forever. We often overlook these transitions. We rush into the day or dismiss discomfort as just age. But elderly reflections tell us something else, that age is not the end of energy. It's the invitation to care more deeply, more deliberately. And every morning, you have the chance to accept that invitation. So if eggs are your ignition, oats and chia are your engine cleaners. Add the power of intention, and suddenly breakfast isn't a routine, it's a revival. One rooted in tradition, science, and the timeless truth that how you begin your day decides how the rest will follow. Let's move from your pantry to your fruit basket. Because the next food we're about to explore may sound like a summertime treat, but it holds one of the most powerful secrets for circulation down there. That food is watermelon. Yes, watermelon, the same juicy red fruit you probably associate with cookouts and picnics, can help restore vitality, especially for seniors seeking a boost where it matters most. Dr. Laura has seen it firsthand. One of her patients, Bill, 69, chuckled when she made the recommendation. "Doc," he said, "I thought watermelon was just for grandkids and barbecues." But within 2 weeks, he wasn't laughing. He was grateful. What Bill and many men over 60 don't realize is that watermelon is packed with an amino acid called L-citrulline. Once inside the body, L-citrulline is converted into L-arginine, a precursor to nitric oxide, the same compound that many pharmaceutical ED treatments are based on. Nitric oxide causes your blood vessels to relax and expand, making it easier for oxygen-rich blood to reach the groin, pelvis, and lower extremities. In essence, watermelon acts like a natural, side effect-free version of Viagra. The transformation doesn't take months. In some cases, just a few days of consistent morning intake leads to enhanced sensitivity, stronger muscle response, and increased warmth in areas that had gone quiet. But the secret isn't just the red flesh, it's also the white rind. That pale part most people throw away actually contains the highest concentration of L-citrulline. Dr. Laura encourages her patients to blend a few slices, rind and all, into a morning smoothie. The result, a refreshing, circulation-boosting drink that doesn't rely on pills or prescriptions. She also suggests eating watermelon on an empty stomach or about 30 minutes before breakfast for optimal absorption. One patient, Martin, 73, took this advice seriously. "I thought I was done feeling anything in the morning," he shared, "but now my body's giving me signs it's still got something left." Watermelon also contains lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that reduces oxidative stress, another factor that restricts circulation as we age. And because it's over 90% water, it helps maintain hydration, a simple but often overlooked factor in healthy blood flow, especially for older adults. Dehydration thickens the blood, increases blood pressure, and makes it harder for nutrients to reach your extremities. So, a slice or two of watermelon in the morning doesn't just wake up your taste buds, it reawakens your cells. Dr. Laura says it best: watermelon reminds your body how to feel again. There's another subtle but important benefit here: digestion. Because watermelon digests quickly and efficiently, it allows the body to reserve its energy for more critical tasks like repairing muscles, boosting circulation, and regulating nerve response. It's gentle on the stomach and refreshing to the spirit. And let's not forget the emotional power of routine. Just the act of slicing fresh watermelon each morning signals care, attention, and presence, three qualities that powerfully reinforce senior health and motivation. It's not about the fruit, it's about what it represents: an intention to live, feel, and function fully. Now, what happens when you combine the strength of a hearty complex carb with the wisdom of natural mineral salts? You get a breakfast that doesn't just jumpstart circulation, but stabilizes it. And that brings us to one of the most surprising additions to Dr. Laura's list: steamed sweet potato with Celtic salt. The idea of eating a warm, earthy sweet potato in the morning might sound strange at first, but it's a tradition rooted in ancient diets and supported by modern science. After hours of fasting during sleep, your muscles, especially those in the pelvis and legs, are depleted of glycogen, the stored form of glucose they rely on for fuel. Sweet potatoes replenish that supply gently without causing blood sugar spikes. They're rich in complex carbohydrates, beta-carotene, and potassium, giving you steady energy that supports smooth muscle function throughout the day. But the real game changer, the Celtic salt. Unlike processed table salt, Celtic salt contains over 80 trace minerals, magnesium, calcium, zinc, and more, that your nervous system depends on to fire properly. When you combine this mineral-rich salt with the nourishing sweetness of the potato, you create the perfect environment for blood to flow freely and muscles to contract with precision. It's not about eating more, it's about eating wisely. Thomas, 71, a retired construction worker, had been waking up with heavy, numb legs and a dull ache in his lower back. After introducing half a steamed sweet potato with a pinch of Celtic salt into his morning, his symptoms shifted in less than a week. "I feel grounded again," he said, "like I'm standing on my own strength." That's what this food does. It roots you. It stabilizes not only your blood sugar, but also your sense of balance, both physically and mentally. Sweet potatoes don't get the attention they deserve, but for seniors over 60, they may be one of the simplest, most accessible tools for restoring vitality. Dr. Laura always tells her patients, what you eat in the morning sends a signal to your body, your nerves, and your confidence. And sweet potatoes with Celtic salt, they send the signal loud and clear: you're here, you're grounded, and you're not done yet. Let's deepen this. Sweet potatoes also support the adrenal glands, which govern your stress response and influence everything from blood pressure to hormone regulation. In an aging body, overtaxed adrenals can lead to chronic fatigue, lower libido, and difficulty maintaining focus. A breakfast rich in natural, complex energy, like sweet potatoes, helps bring the body back to equilibrium. The trace minerals in Celtic salt also replenish electrolytes lost during sleep, which is why many seniors who try this meal report feeling less dizzy in the morning and more mentally alert. And there's the digestive benefit too. Sweet potatoes are naturally soothing for the stomach and aid in regularity, which becomes increasingly important with age. Ultimately, this meal isn't just fuel, it's a full system reset. It tells your body that you're safe, you're cared for, and you're ready for the day. It's an act of self-respect. So tomorrow morning, as you slice your watermelon and steam your sweet potato, remember this isn't just breakfast. This is a morning declaration. I still have purpose, I still have power, and I'm just getting started. Now that you've learned about these 5 powerful foods, whole eggs, oats with chia seeds, watermelon, and sweet potatoes with Celtic salt, let's talk about what really makes the difference: consistency. Because even the most nutrient-rich foods can't perform miracles if they're eaten sporadically or haphazardly. As Dr. Laura puts it, your body doesn't need a hero once a week, it needs a partner every morning. This is the part most men skip, not because they don't care, but because they underestimate the power of small daily actions. But here's the truth. Your first hour after waking is a window of opportunity. Your blood vessels are more elastic. Your nerves are more receptive. Your muscles are primed for nourishment. And most importantly, your habits are shaping your biology. When you start your morning with foods designed to support circulation and energy, you're not just feeding your stomach, you're setting the tone for your day. Your posture shifts, your mood stabilizes, and over time, your confidence rebuilds. This isn't just science, it's deeply human. We crave ritual, stability, and the quiet sense that we're doing something good for ourselves. That's what breakfast becomes when done right. Not a routine, but a reaffirmation. Dr. Laura has witnessed transformations that began with something as small as eating 2 eggs and a bowl of oats. One patient, Harold, 75, had resigned himself to aging in silence. No energy, no intimacy, no drive. But within a month of adopting the breakfast protocol, he was back to taking walks with his wife, smiling more, even flirting again. It wasn't just the food, he said. It was the way it made me feel about myself. That's the real gift here, not just stronger circulation, but a restored sense of dignity. Too often, seniors feel like they've been forgotten by their bodies, by society, sometimes even by their own families. But routines like this offer a quiet rebellion. They say, I'm still here, and I still matter. It's important to approach this with patience. You may not feel a surge of vitality on day one. That's okay. Your body is listening and it's adjusting. Think of this like watering a plant. You don't see the roots grow, but they are. Each breakfast builds on the one before it, reinforcing nerve sensitivity, muscle tone, and vascular function. You're rebuilding not just physical health, but trust between your mind and your body. That trust, once restored, spreads to every other area of your life. It informs how you show up to conversations, how you face challenges, how you make decisions. When your morning starts with power, your day follows suit. Dr. Laura often recommends pairing this breakfast ritual with a moment of mindfulness, a short walk, a stretch, or even just breathing deeply by an open window. This adds a psychological anchor to the routine, enhancing its emotional impact. Men who feel emotionally grounded are more likely to stay physically engaged, she explains, and that makes all the difference. There's also a communal benefit. Many of her patients share their morning routine with their spouse or a friend. One man, Roger, 78, turned his breakfast into a bonding ritual with his grandson. We cook together every morning, he said. It's more than food now. It's connection. These moments become part of a bigger story, one where aging isn't about loss, but adaptation, wisdom, and rediscovery. Others have started small breakfast circles with neighbours or friends at the local senior centre. They share recipes, compare progress, and encourage each other to stay consistent. This social dimension turns a private health strategy into a shared journey. One man, Samuel 80, even organized a weekly longevity breakfast club where attendees prepare circulation-boosting foods and reflect on their week. It gives us purpose, he said. It reminds us that every morning is a gift. And that leads us to a final, profound truth. The story you tell yourself matters. Are you telling yourself that you're fading? Or are you telling yourself that you're adapting, evolving, and reclaiming your power? Every bite of these morning foods is a chance to reinforce the latter. Elderly reflections and life lessons from the elderly teach us that purpose doesn't retire. It renews itself in the quiet decisions we make each day. So take control of your story, not with pills, not with promises, but with presence, with food that serves you, with choices that remind your body and your spirit that you are still the author of your next chapter. Dr. Laura ends every consultation with the same question. What's one thing you can do tomorrow morning that your future self will thank you for? For many men, the answer begins right here, with eggs, oats, watermelon, and sweet potatoes, with circulation support that is tangible, with energy that doesn't just carry you through the day, but lifts you back into life. So tomorrow, choose to rise with intention, choose nourishment, choose circulation, choose strength. Because your next act doesn't begin someday, it begins at breakfast. And let that act be one of renewal, not resignation. Every time you choose to treat your body with care, you're telling your younger self, we made it and we're still going. You're telling the world, there's still more in me. And perhaps most importantly, you're showing your family, your community, and the younger generation what true resilience looks like. This is not the end. This is just another beginning, one with clarity, warmth, and strength. Let breakfast be your foundation. Let consistency be your commitment. Let every morning whisper back to you, you're alive, you're capable, and your story is still being written. If this message resonates with you or someone you love, share this story. Let it ripple into another life, another kitchen, another morning. And if you have your own morning story to tell, leave a comment. Your voice might be the one that helps another senior rediscover theirs. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another tip for senior health, longevity, and daily inspiration. Tell us, where are you watching from? We'd love to hear from our global community of wise, motivated seniors. Your reflection might inspire someone across the world today.